Hey family, welcome back to the Self-Seed podcast and part 2 of our AI and Africa mini-series. And last week, I think, if you remember, we explored how African founders are building against the odds and the way they are creating startups while also building the infrastructure to support them. And we looked at how AI can serve as a support, as a sort of a silent co-founder, helping us to move faster and maybe smarter. And today we're just going a level deeper. And I'm asking you a bold question to begin with. What if your AI startup didn't need funding to start, but needed just AI? Let that go in for a moment. Because, for most of us, the message that we have heard constantly is that you need funding first. You need a big team. You need offices, designers, coders, and even marketers sometimes. But what if that wasn't true anymore? What if it was not the case anymore? Now, there's a shift from capital to capability. Here's the mindset shift that I want to introduce today. You don't need capital first. You just need capability. And AI somehow gives you that capability. Think about it. If you're a copywriter, then you've got ChatGPT and other LLMs, right? If you're a designer, then you can use tools like Brandmark or Canvas AI. If you're a researcher, you can use Perplexity AI or Science Space, or you can use even just click that deep research feature on Gemini or ChatGPT, right? If you're a marketing assistant, you get something like Blaze. If you're a web developer, you get something like Durable, Lovable, Bolt, Bubble, or Webflow, and other more and these tools can do it in minutes. They can design these web applications or whatever in minutes. So these tools are like hiring your first team, but you're not just spending hundred thousands of shillings or waiting for investment. You're actually building while at the same time you're learning. So let me tell you something personal. There was a time that I believed I had to wait for the stars to align, for capital to come in, for the right team, for the tech co-founder, for the office, for the connection. But at some point, I think I realized that, execution always eats excuses. Execution eats excuses. And then I started using tools like ChatGPT to just help, let's say, structure my podcast content. I used SlideSpeak and Canva to pitch my ideas. And then I tested platforms like Durable and WebDev to create instant websites. And then I used video repurposing and editing tools like CapCut and OpusClip to just multiply my content with maybe no editor. And suddenly things started moving, not because I have funding, but because I have that momentum. And that's the shift that AI actually gives us, especially in our continent, in Africa, where waiting for outside funding could take months or years, or even it might never happen. So let's make this practical, yeah? I want to share with you step by step how to build an AI-powered startup MVP. Here is how we can begin to build this AI-powered MVP. And this is all based on my tiny little experience. So first step is to do what? Define your problem and vision. Let's say you don't skip this aspect, because AI can help you with execution, but clarity is your job. So you have to ask yourself question like, who am I solving this for? You have to ask yourself another question like, what pain point are they actually, these people, facing? This group, select this cluster of people. And what change do I want to see? So the tooltip here that I can give you in this first step is just to use ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini to now brainstorm user personas, and now you refine your core value proposition. And then the second step is to do what? Validate the demand. It's simple. Before you begin to build anything, you just test if people actually want the thing you're building. Especially in Africa, it's crucial. You use optional tools like Google Forms or Typeform to survey the demand of the people, and then you can maybe build a simple landing page with Durable, and then you can also post about it on social media and just measure the response. Like on my Instagram, I can just put voting, a poll. And the tooltip here is just to try and use tools like marketing tools like Blaze or copy.ai to create some compelling posts. And then you use Durable to generate just a one-page website. In a few minutes, it will be done. The third step is to build an MVP, it's a lean MVP. If you've ever read about lean startups, then you understand a lean MVP. Don't code everything. Just use Lovable, Bolt, Webflow, Babel, or even Glide or Adalo for low-code apps. And then you use Canva or Adobe. Anyways, Adobe Firefly for visuals. And then you can use CapCut for video explanation demos. And the tool tip in this category I want you to pay attention is try something like Tability or for tracking OKRs, and you try to use Brandmark for your logo and branding kit. Then the fourth step is to do what? Market with automation. Your MVP is built. Now it's time to drive attention into your MVP. You have to try to write an AI assisted email campaign by using maybe ChatGPT or Flowrite. And then you can create video content repurposing via CapCut, Vidio, or CutLabs. And then now you build out your first 30-day campaign, social campaign calendar using maybe Blaze AI. They have a free trial period, I think. But we just have to remember that if there's no team, then there's no problem. Just create the system. We just have the systems. And then the fifth step is to learn, iterate, and improve. And here is where most people actually stop, but you don't need to stop here. Your AI tools can analyze sentiment, let's say Cloud or Perplexity. They can analyze sentiment, and then they can improve messaging, and they can help you collect insights faster than ever. So what you need to do is build, test, iterate, grow. This should be your new loop or something. Your team is algorithmic, but your vision is human empowered. Now, let me say this clearly. Let me say one thing clearly. African founders don't need to wait for permission anymore, or for funding only, or for Silicon Valley validation kind of thing. We have actually, to an extent, we have local problems that need urgent solutions. We have the creativity to think across disciplines. We also have the tools to execute, even if you're a one-person team. And we also have the stories and perspectives that no one else can tell. So your startup doesn't actually need VC money to begin. It actually needs you to take the first step today. Just take the first step and start executing. Now, I've seen founders, let's check some real examples. I've seen founders who create online tutoring platforms for remote areas using Adalo and ChatGPT. I've also seen founders launch fashion stores, maybe on Shopify, and by just using that AI generated, AI driven copy and then visuals. I've also seen some other people, they build entire digital agencies from their own rooms and just using OpusClip OpusClip plus Notion and maybe plus Gemini. The whole game founding and doing this startup entrepreneurship and all that has changed dramatically. And the truth is, AI is not replacing you, it's just multiplying you. I can now be the researcher, the marketer, the strategist, and the creator at the same time. So every founder has got now more superpowers, and all in one with just the right AI stack. You get more superpowers with just the right AI stack. So here is your challenge this week. Pick a business idea that you've been sitting on, right? Then now go out there and build a basic version of it using only AI tools. Post it, share it, and even learn from it. And then you can tag at Emmanuel E. Saitoti. You can tag me or send me just a DM with what you created. And then maybe I could try my best to share it out and we can inspire each other with proof and not just. Next week, we are continuing this journey and we are going to move to we are continuing with the journey of AI and Africa, and we'll explore something most educational or entrepreneurial podcasts avoid. And that is building businesses with 2G, innovation in low connectivity Africa. And I want us to talk about that, because let's think for a moment that all these tools can sound great, but what about when the bandwidth is slow, expensive, or even unreliable? We'll talk about how to design products for these realities and how to innovate within the limitation and not just around them. Yeah, you don't want to miss that episode, bro. Until then, stay creative, stay resourceful, and stay self-seated. Bye. See you in the next one.